how's everyone doing? Happy Sunday and happy Easter. You all, I don't make a big deal out of Easter anymore now that my children are grown, because a lot of times when your children are grown, they have plans of their own. So today, I really just want to make two of my favorites for you all. One thing we're going to take these ingredients and make is dill pickle fried chicken wings. You can make them at home like they're doing at Popeyes right now. You can see the hamburger chips that I have in the video. I really like dill pickle, and a lot of times when you go get pickles, all you see is kosher dill. So I have the dill pickle hamburger chips because I'm going to use that juice to let the chicken wings marinate in. And you all, on the back end, you could also take the hamburger chips and make fried pickles. I'll show you that in another video. We're also going to take these navy beans and this bacon. And you all, this bacon was on sale for $3.99. Like, if you watch my videos before, I don't have a particular favorite bacon. I buy what's on sale. So we're going to take the navy beans and the ingredients that you see, the apple cider vinegar and the maple syrup, and we're going to make some baked beans from scratch. And you all, you don't have to add bacon when I show you how to put the ingredients together. Some people don't like meat in their beans, so you can just use the ingredients and have just plain beans. And you could also add hamburger if you wanted to, but I'm choosing to add bacon. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to take these navy beans and we're going to wash them off, and we're going to cook them today on top of the stove instead of the crock pot because I feel like they'll be done faster. We also have to go ahead and marinate the chicken wings because they're going to need to sit in the refrigerator for about 2 hours so they can soak up the pickle juice. I'll be back so we can get this process started. Okay, I'm hoping you all can see, but I'll just hold this pot up. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm washing these beans. And I don't know if you can see, I will go through here and pick out like any brown beans or any unwanted particles that I don't see. So I'll be back when I'm done with this process. Alright, you all, I have washed these beans 3 times and strained them. Now I have the stove on medium high, and what I'm going to do is let them cook. The first thing we need to do is season them. And seasoning them heavily is not necessary because we're going to be putting all the other things in them when we put them together. So first thing I'm going to season these with is some pepper, some onion powder, and some Badia Complete. You all, I noticed my little thingy's missing. It doesn't have any holes in it, so let me just do it like this. And one last key thing an older lady taught me about beans that is just a little secret is you always have to put just a little bit of sugar in them. That's what makes them taste good. You don't want too much to make them overly sweet, just a little bit. Now, all I'm going to do is stir this together and let it cook. And I'm just letting these cook until they get tender. And like I say, I normally would cook these in the crock pot, but today I want them to get done faster, so I'm going to cook them on the stove, and I'm thinking they should be done in an hour to an hour and a half. Now, you all, I'm going to go and get the bowl ready so we can go ahead and get the chicken wings marinating in the pickle juice. All right, everyone, I'm back. I have washed and cleaned this chicken. I have taken the lid off of this pickle juice. Now, the next thing we're going to do, I don't know if I'm going to need 1 or 2 jars. And the way I get my pickle juice out, you guys, is I just simply do it like that. Hold the lid on it and pour. And you know what? I'm only going to need one. And next week, you all, I will show you how to make fried pickles. Okay, so let me wipe this pickle juice up. Now what I'm going to do is get a spatula or spoon, and I'm just going to move the wings around. And you all, we season the chicken after it has marinated in the pickle juice. Okay, as you all can see, I have all the wings pretty much covered in pickle juice. I'm going to take you down in the bowl and let you see that. And then I'm going to put a lid on here, stick this in the refrigerator, and let it sit for 2 hours. And by then, our beans ought to be done as well. And I will bake the bacon for that. And I'll show you all what that looks like when it's time to do it. Okay, so let me take you down and let you see what this pickled chicken wings are looking like before they go into the oven. So they're getting ready to go into the refrigerator. I'm sorry. So they're getting ready to go into the refrigerator for 2 hours. All right. So this is what they're looking like before they go into the refrigerator. I'll see you all in 2 hours. All right, you all, so my beans are finished. They finished within about an hour. So what I'm doing now is I have the bacon in the oven. And so once this bacon is done, I'll be back to show you all how to put these beans together. And you all, I'm going to use this cast iron pan that you see right here to put these beans in the oven in. You can use whatever kind of pot or pan you have with the lid on it to bake your beans. I'll be back when the bacon is done so that we can put these beans together and put them in the oven. All right, you all, I'm back and it's time to put these baked beans together so that they can go in the oven. The first thing that I did was I separated the water from the beans. You want to keep that water from the beans so that you can use the water from the beans to top your beans with. Okay, you all, the first thing I'm doing is I'm pre-setting my oven to 300 degrees because you're going to bake these at 300 degrees. You all can see I have separated my beans. So the first thing I'm doing, and this is the bean juice. So the first thing I'm going to do is pour these beans into the pot that I'm baking it in. Okay. Now, the next thing that we are going to do is I have broken up my bacon. You really don't have to even cook your bacon before you put it in there if that's what you want to do. You don't have to do that, but I like to cook mine. Next, I've added the bacon. Next, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of brown sugar. We're going to add a teaspoon of ground mustard, and it looks like this right here. Let me get it open. And I hope you all are having a wonderful, fantastic, relaxing Easter. All right, okay, so we have a teaspoon of ground mustard. And you all, this recipe calls for molasses, but I don't have any molasses. So I'm going to use this maple syrup, and we're going to use 1/4 cup of the maple syrup. Okay, now I'm going to pour that in. Okay, we also need to add some salt. You to add 1.5 teaspoons of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. So let me get this salt. Let's see. I should have had it out before I started. So I'm pulling it out now. And you all, I'm going to use this salt. And like I said, you need a teaspoon and 1/2 teaspoon. Okay. Next, we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, you all, I'm rinsing off my spoon. And I'm trying to, let's see what I did with my black pepper. Should be right here. Okay, you all, I see it. So I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. All right. And I think that is all the ingredients, because I've already put in the ground mustard and I have put in the maple syrup. I may want to add just a little bit more maple syrup. And you all, it also calls for a diced onion. And I don't feel like cutting up any onions, and I don't even think that I have any. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these chopped onions. We're just going to, you know, I might as well take the lid off. And you don't have to add chopped onions if you don't want to. All right. Okay, let me add just a little bit more of this syrup. All right, and now all we're going to do is pour the juice that's in this bowl back into this pot. You want to use just enough to cover it up, but I think that was just enough. Okay, and we're just going to stir this up. And now, you all, I'm going to put the lid on it, stick it in the oven on 300 degrees, and it is going to cook for, I think, an hour. Let's see. No, we're going to bake it with the top on it, and we're going to cook it for 20 to 30 minutes. Then you'll come back in and pull the top off and finish cooking it that way. Okay, you all, I'll see you when it's time to check these beans. But I'll be back shortly so that we can go ahead and make the pickled fried chicken wings. So you all, let me pick this pot up and show you. This cast iron pot is so heavy, but I want to show you what the beans are looking like before they go into the oven. All right, you all, I'll see you when it's time to work on the chicken. All right, everyone, I'm back. I have taken the chicken wings out of the refrigerator that has been soaking in the pickle juice. It's time to take them out, and you can see they've kind of turned yellow like the pickle juice. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out these wings out, put them in a separate bowl, and you all, we're not going to rinse the pickle juice off of these. We're going to season them with the pickle juice on it because you want to taste it. And you all, the beans have about 20 more minutes to cook. They have to cook for an hour on 300. And then you go in and turn the oven up to 350. Take the lid off and let them cook for another 20 to 30 minutes. And I'll show you all that process as well. Okay, so after I get these wings out of this pickle juice, I'm going to go ahead and clean this bowl with the pickle juice in it and go ahead and make a flour bowl so that we can put the wings in this bowl. Just make it easier and quicker. And we're going to deep fry these wings, you all, in the deep fryer. Okay. Have just a few more. Okay, tongs. All right. Okay, you all, I'm going to go and wash this bowl, and I'll be back so we can season these wings and get them in the deep fryer. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to season the chicken and the flour at the same time with the same things. So we're going to start off with some salt. And you all can season your chicken with whatever you like. Even with the pickle juice, if you like spicy things, you could put hot sauce in the pickle juice while the chicken is marinating. Next, I'm going to add some garlic powder. And like I say, you add whatever seasonings to your chicken that you like. I'm going to add garlic powder to the flour. Next, I'm going to add some pepper. And I like to add the same seasonings to my flour that I do to my chicken or pork chops or whatever I'm frying. Okay, you all, next I'm going to just use this body complete. This is going to be the last thing. And you all, I mixed up a little bit of cornstarch in my flour. Okay, so now I'm going to rinse my hands because I want to go ahead and mix this chicken up with my hands. And for the flour, you want to mix your seasonings around in your flour. So I'm going to just stir this around. You can see. Okay. Now I'm going to get in here with my hands to make sure that my chicken is coated with all the seasonings that I put on it. Now you all, I'm simply going to take this chicken, put it in this flour. I'm just trying to make this easier for me. You can do yours however you like. Okay, you all, I'm going to rinse my hands and wash this bowl. I'll be right back because we're going to put a lid on this and shake it up. All right, you all, I'm back and you can see I have the lid on here. And you want to make sure your lid is secure. And all I'm going to do is shake these wings up. Now let's take the lid off and see what they're looking like. Okay, as you can see, we need to shake them up a little bit more. And like I say, you all make sure your lid is secure. Okay, let's check now. All right. Okay, as y'all can see, they're coated pretty good. I'm going to shake them up one more time. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the deep fryer ready so we can start frying these wings. And next, we need to go ahead and check on our beans. Okay, as you all can see, I have taken these beans out of the oven. Now it's time to put them back in without the lid for another 20 to 30 minutes so they can start getting brown. Okay, I cooked them on 300 for an hour. Now without the lid, we want to set our oven to 350. And then we'll go ahead and put the beans back in the oven for another 20 to 30 minutes. I'll be right back so we can start frying these wings. Alright, you all, I'm back, and I have filled up my deep fryer to the max line. Now I'm going to plug it up. We're going to wait on it to get hot, and I'll be back once it's hot so we can drop these wings. Alright, you all, before this deep fryer gets ready, I wanted to come in and show you this is what the wings are looking like now. So we're just waiting on this deep fryer to get hot, and we'll drop these wings. Alright, you all, the deep fryer is ready. I swear, that felt like 30 minutes. So the first thing we're going to do is take the lid off. And I'm going to put this basket here. You all, have washed my hands. What I like to do is drop one wing first. I drop it in the deep fryer. And then I put as many as I can behind it. And you all, I'll show you what it's looking like in there as it's cooking. And you all, this is a smaller deep fryer, so it's going to take me quite a few cooks. I won't show you all that whole process. I'll show you me getting through one cook of this chicken. Okay, you all, I'll be back in a few minutes to show you what it's looking like in this deep fryer. Okay, you all, let's go down in this deep fryer so you can see what these pickled chicken wings are looking like so far. And you see how you can still see that pickle juice in them? Okay, you all, I'll be back when it's time to take these wings out. And you can also see the pickle juice in the oil. Alright, you all, so my first batch of wings are done. And I'm going to show y'all a little tip to know that your wings are done is they are floating. When they're floating to the top like this usually means that they're done. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these out so we can put in the next batch. Alright, I hope you all can see me. I'm going to go ahead and pull out this first batch of wings. And you all, don't forget I put a little cornstarch in with the flour as well. They look and smell so good. I can't wait to taste them and see if they taste good. Okay, you all, I'm going to go ahead and put in another batch. Like I told you, I like to start with one, drop it in, and then drop in a few more pieces. No worries, you guys. I have washed my hands. And I just put as many in there as I can fit. Alright, we're going to go ahead and let those cook. And in just a second, I'll take you down off of this tripod so you can see what this finished chicken is looking like. Alright, you all, this is what the first batch of our pickled fried wings are looking like. I'll be back when it's time to check on the beans. Alright, you all, these are my finished baked beans from scratch. And you all, they would have been a lot browner had I used molasses as opposed to maple syrup. But what I will do is leave the recipe in the description box so that you'll have the proper things to use when you're making them for the first time. Alright, you all, I'm back. Let's go ahead and take out this next batch. And you all, I'm going to put these in the oven on warm while the rest of the wings are cooking. And I'll show you what these are looking like when I finish pulling them out. Y'all let me know in the comments, did you have a big meal for Easter Sunday? Or did you just wing it like I'm doing, make whatever it is that you wanted to make? Okay, you all, this is the next batch of finished wings. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick these in the oven on warm so that they can stay warm while I'm finishing the rest. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drop another load. Like I say, I start off with one. My hands are clean. I'm going to drop a few more. And you all, after this batch, I think I have one more left and we'll be able to eat. Okay, you all, I'll be back when these are done. All right, you all, this is the last batch of chicken cooking. And I also made some canned biscuits that will go in the oven now. And all I did was top them with some butter. These are some Pillsbury buttermilk graham biscuits. All right, everyone, this is our last batch of chicken. The only thing I'm waiting on now are the biscuits, and we'll be able to taste it. So let's go ahead and pull these wings out. Okay, you all, I'm going to go ahead and finish getting these wings out. Turn this deep fryer off, and I'll be back when the biscuits are done so I can go ahead and make a plate and give my first bite to you. This is what the biscuits are looking like while they're cooking. I'll be back so we can make us a plate. All right, you all, I'm back, and just like that, everything is done. This is the pickled fried wings, the Pillsbury buttermilk biscuits, and the baked beans from scratch. Now I'm going to make a plate so I can come back and taste it and give the first bite to you. All right, I'm back, and this is my finished plate. We have baked beans from scratch, Pillsbury buttermilk biscuit, and pickled fried chicken wings. Let's go ahead and taste everything. First, let's taste the baked beans, and let's give the first bite of those to you. Now let me taste it. Okay, y'all. Yeah, those are really good. I can't even tell that I used, I'm sorry, my phone is, my thing is dropping. 1 second. I can't even tell that I used, maple syrup as opposed to molasses. But like I say, I will leave the recipe, in the description for the beans with the molasses. So I'm going to taste this one more time. And remember, they would have been a lot browner had I used the molasses. Now, I'm just dropping beans, but I'll pick them up in just a minute. Okay, now let's go ahead and taste this wing. Let's give the first bite to you. Pickle fried wing. Now let me taste that. Okay, y'all. That is really good. You can taste the pickle juice, and you can taste the seasoning. And like I said, with this, you can use whatever kind of seasonings you want. If you like spicy chicken, put hot sauce in your pickle juice while the chicken's soaking in it. Okay, y'all. That's good. You like a piece of this biscuit. I'm sure you all know what Pillsbury biscuits taste like, but you can have the first bite. Okay, y'all. Well, I'm so glad that you all came with me to make this pickle fried chicken wings, and I hope that you all make yourself some. To me, they taste better than going to Popeyes. Okay, you all. I hope you all have a most wonderful evening, a very wonderful Easter, and a most wonderful meal. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.